There are a bunch of new construction homes, custom homes building right now in each city, and a lot of people don't know how to find them, and it's a very, very, very serious trick because most people would never do that. That means the competition is pretty much zero. So there are a lot of new houses, it's a new builds, it's either demolition of the old house, either brand new construction, but it's either single or couple of homes. It's not a subdivision. There are few groups of people who's doing that. There are homeowners that they doing this first time in their life and they need a lot of help. Then there are builders, and there are builders who building for themselves, and there are builders who building it for clients, and there are a couple of other scenarios as well. But the thing is, it's very, very easy to find a big amount of homes that's building now, right now, plus renovating, plus additions. But let's talk about just one category, building now, like the biggest project. These people are already in a construction, so that means they will buy. It's just either from you or from somebody else. A lot of them, and I work with a lot of them, you wouldn't believe, but they start building, they don't have any people. And they just find them as they go. That's weird, like for me, when I first heard it, but that's how it is. Even if builders or homeowners work with somebody else, there is always a chance that you can start working with them if you speak your offer properly to them. And I'll show you how to do that as well. So here is the thing. There are a lot of homes that's building, and it's always big houses because it's mostly custom, and it's they're in the process right now, and they guarantee pretty much 99%, you can imagine, they will be built. So why no one really used this method, or I didn't really see a lot of people using it? It's kind of not intuitive, and it's not on the surface, which is actually good, because that means there is some barrier to entry. There is a knowledge barrier. People don't know how to get certain information. We need to get that information, and we need to map it. Just put it on a map, and I'll show you a map of it, how I do this for all areas. And then there are few ways how to reach these people, and few ways how to keep communication with these people properly, so we keeping them interested. So this will work for pretty much any company that does any service in new construction homes, specifically when it's a single house being built or two houses maximum. That's pretty much the best. It's not gonna work if you're looking for the whole subdivision. There is a big builder that does it completely different from this setup. So there are multiple ways to find these people, reach to these people, and at the same time, once you're doing that, you always going to get guys who building now, like they're in the process already. But at the same time, you will get people who will be doing that next year, or maybe next half a year, or also people who are doing it now and will parallel with another project, or will do it in a half a year anyway. So you get, once you catch the person like a mini builder, especially the one who's at certain point in their building journey, I guess. And if you find them in a sweet spot, then your relationship could be the longest. But you're gonna find all of those people, but the main part of it is to find people who building now, immediately, who already started, they already in renovation. You may miss the pouring of the concrete, so if you're in the concrete business, it's a little bit different approach, but it's also possible because they're not gonna do it anyway. But right away, they're not gonna do it right away. But it really works well for anyone who's after the concrete. So again, since people already building it now, that's the right time. That's exactly the time, because the business is the tricky thing. You can have your great idea, but if you not come at the right time, nobody is gonna care. Here, the thing is absolutely different. People need it now. They're gonna buy it. If they're not gonna buy it from you, they're gonna buy it from somebody else. So you wanna be that guy who offer service before somebody else or instead somebody else. And as I said, a lot of people, they don't have suppliers. That's really common. I get this people all the time who don't have suppliers yet. They're already building the house. They're looking for suppliers as they go. It also works if you supply materials. I usually supply and install and produce and design and manufacture, but it has nothing to do with what I do. It works for suppliers and it works for installers pretty much, probably the best, because it's very straightforward to show your product. There will be different areas that you may want to work in. I usually work in the areas that I feel just the best. I don't really care how far it is from me. I just have other filters and I can show you which filters I believe are the best, apart from rich area or not that rich area. For example, one of the good filters is density of the houses together. It works really well for certain types of marketing, way better. And another filter would be a lot of parking. I don't like the really dense areas, like really with really small houses or really narrow houses. So again, it depends on your city, but there are a bunch of filters that I use, and you can pick and choose the one that you like the most. There are three biggest categories of people who build custom homes. There are clients themselves. They have a bunch of reasons why they want to build themselves. They either do that themselves or they hire a project manager. So it's a client and it's either himself or with the project manager. And then the second category is a builder, and builder either doing that for a client or he doing it for himself, and then he's gonna sell it to the client. And well, sometimes it's also some sort of flipper. So let's say those are the main categories. And when you're gonna be approaching these people, you need to classify them, and it's very simple to just ask a couple of questions, who they are, and you will see, because the approaches for each certain group is a little bit different from the other, and you need to know who you're talking to find the best approach. There are a lot of ways to follow up with your prospect, I would say. It's not guaranteed that the person will buy right away, but there is a certain system that I use, and the system is like really, really good. It makes me focus only on have connections with client. I don't have to follow up with them really. It's the automated system that does it. And I'll also show you how to set this up and how to use it, and what are the key elements that you need to set in order that the system works for you and it makes actually sense. It doesn't send any spam messages. It sends actually messages that people read, and then they're going to reply, and they're actually going to reply you with, after you sending them the message, and they will refer to that message really often. That's if your messages are good. If your messages are just like general junk, it's gonna go to junk folders and nobody's gonna care about them. And the last thing, I'll show you how to really differentiate yourself when you talking to these types of either builder, either client, and how to tell them the personalized message that really gonna communicate to them properly, and they really gonna listen to you. And you can actually, there are a bunch of ways that I use myself in my company, how to stand out in terms of yourself and in terms of your products and in terms of your offers and how you structure your offers and all other stuff as well. So guys, again, this is the right time, I believe. I'm building right now my website, and for now I still have a lot of time to use to answer your questions. So if you have things going on right now, if you need projects right now, go ahead and get into the program, because the price is way cheaper than it's going to be soon. Once I'm done with building website, I'm going to start building traffic to it, and I'm going to get obviously more clients, and I'm not going to be that free to talk to everyone. So right now, use that moment while you can get more attention with me, so I can show you more things. Also, I always gonna do updates on the system because I use it myself, and people that I work with, they also use it, and we have our little community where we get new updates and we put them into your folders, and you're gonna see them as well right away, pretty much the next day once we talk about it. So you get all the updates, all the new strategies, all the new tactics, all the new things constantly. So guys, hopefully to see you soon and be part of our community.